Assalamualaikum students, welcome to another video of science, class 2 science. Today we will cover chapter 5 part 1. Our chapter 5 is called wild animals. In this chapter we will learn about different types of wild animals. Before starting the chapter, let us do a warm-up exercise. You can open page number 32 of the book, and at the top of the page you will see the warm-up exercise. Take out your pencils. Make a circle around the animals that live in the forest. So we need to make circle around animals that live in the forest. Let's start. Cow. A cow lives in a farm. It does not live in a forest. So we will not circle the cow. Bear. A bear does live in the forest. So we will circle it. Let's circle it. You can circle it with your pencil. Next comes sheep. Sheep live in farm as well, so we will not circle sheep. They do not live in the forest. Goat. A goat also lives in a farm and not the forest. A camel. Camel too lives in the desert or on farms, but it does not live in the forest. Elephant. An elephant does live in the forest, so we will circle elephant as well. You should too. Deer. Deers are found in forests usually, so we will circle, and they are wild animals, so we will circle the deer as well. Now, many different animals roam around freely in nature. They are called wild animals. Some of them live in jungles, some live in fields, some live in water, while some others fly in the air. So what we see over here is that a lot of animals we find in the jungle. And the animals that live in jungles or in fields or even in water are, what are they called? They are called wild animals. Animals that are free and are not kept by human beings are called wild animals. सही है, जो हम लोग पालते नहीं हैं यूजुअली एनिमल्स, या वो जंगल वगैरह में या खेतों में इधर उधर पाए जाते हैं, those are wild animals. Animals that live on land. Some animals live on land. Animals such as lions, tigers, horses, deer and elephants live on land. कुछ जो animals होते हैं, especially हम इस case में we're talking about wild animals, so some wild animals live on the land. They include lions, tigers, horses, deers and elephant. Turn to page number 33, where land animals live. Land animals live in different types of shelters. They try to find a place where they can be safe from their enemies and the weather. They also need shelters to keep their eggs or babies safe. Now जो land animals होते हैं, जो animals हमने अभी पिछले पेज पे पढ़ा था कि they live on the land. So land is very large space. So land पे भी वो कहाँ रहते हैं? They live in different types of shelters. जहाँ पर they are safe from different enemies and also weather. So for example बारिश वगैरह हो जाती है तो they have some sort of a shelter. They also need shelters to keep their eggs and babies safe. So अगर उनके छोटे छोटे babies होते हैं और they have their eggs, they need to keep them safe as well. Some animals make their own shelter. Rabbits live in burrows. They dig holes to make burrows. कुछ जो animals होते हैं, they make their own shelter. For example, a rabbit, it lives in a burrow, and how does it make a burrow? It digs holes in the ground, and that is how it makes a burrow. Some animals live in shelters made by other animals. For example, snakes live in ant hills or holes dug by other animals. कुछ animals होते हैं, they live in shelters जो कि दूसरे animals ने बनाए होते हैं. So for example, when ants make their homes, which are called ant hills, snakes usually come and live inside that. या फिर different holes जो कि दूसरे animals ने अपने लिए बनाए होते हैं, उनके अंदर आके snakes रहते हैं. So a snake lives in a hole which is usually made by other animals. Some animals like tigers, bears and lions find a safe natural place like a cave to live. A lion lives in a den. So animals जो होते हैं वो ये करते हैं कि they find a natural shelter which is already built by nature and they live inside that. So for example, they live in caves. A lion lives in a den. Over here you can see. Many animals do not live in regular shelters. Animals like monkeys and squirrels live on the branches of trees. Animals like elephants and deer rest under the trees in the forest. Other जो बाकी के animals होते हैं that live on the land, they do not use regular shelters, for example digging holes या फिर living in burrows या dens. What they do is they live on trees. So for example monkeys, they live on the branches of trees, and squirrels as well. And then animals like elephant, they do not have a proper shelter, they just live under certain trees. Come to page number 34. What land animals eat? Some animals like giraffes, elephants, deer and horses eat only plant parts like leaves and grass. So जो लैंड पे एनिमल्स रहते हैं उनमें से कुछ फॉर एग्जांपल जिराफ हो गया, एलिफेंट हो गया, डियर्स, हॉर्सेस, दे ऑल ईट ईदर ग्रास और leaves of some plants. Animals like lions, tigers, wolves and foxes eat the flesh of other animals. जो बाकी animals होते हैं, for example lions and tigers and wolves, they eat the flesh of other animals. Over here you can see that lion is trying to eat a deer. Page number 35. Animals like hyenas eat dead animals killed by other animals. Some other animals such as bears and chimpanzees eat both plants and animals. So अभी हमने इससे पहले पढ़ा था that some animals eat plants and other animals kill other animals, right? So for example lion kills other animals and then eats it. There are animals like hyenas. What they do is that they do not kill other animals, बल्कि जो already dead animals होते हैं जिनको किसी और animal ने मारा होता है. So for example, if a lion killed a deer, the hyenas would go eat an already dead deer. Okay, and then there are animals like chimpanzees and bears. What they do is they eat both. They sometimes like to eat animals. They sometimes like to eat plants. Now let's come to animals that live in or near water. Some animals live in or near water. Animals like fishes, crabs, crocodiles, and frogs live in or near rivers, lakes, and ponds. So there are certain animals, for example, crocodile, fish, crab, frog, they all either live inside the water or near the water bodies. Many others like sharks, and they prefer to live in rivers and lakes and ponds, जो कि small water bodies होती हैं. Many others like sharks, whales, octopuses, and a variety of fishes live in the seas and oceans. And then there are bigger water animals, for example, the shark, whale, octopus, they all live inside the seas or the oceans. And oceans and seas are very large water bodies. Now this is it for today's lecture. Your homework is to read the chapter number 5 that we have just studied. You have to read it 2 times and try to understand it. Okay, we will meet in the next video and we will cover the rest of the chapter.